Cut it off. Good to see you. How are you doing? Hello. It is a pleasure. It is an honor. Oh, I got a big old fucking pimple on my nose. Oh my God, is it Rudolph streaming? Don't call me Lakers boy. I am live. By the way, I am live while the Lakers are playing. Is this the hardest job in the world? Am I some sort of savant hero? I'm going live while the Lakers are playing. And if anybody tells me in the middle of the fucking stream that they lost to the fucking Utah Jazz, it's gonna be a problem. They better just win. I'm assuming it's not an important game and they're just gonna beat the Jazz. If they lose to the Jazz, Luka just tore his ACL. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't even say those words out into the world. You psychopath. Currently losing, just saying. Are they losing by more than 12? Because if not, it doesn't matter in the NBA. Every NBA game that's within 20 goes even by the last 4 minutes. It's like the only part that matters. Down by 22. There's no fucking way. You guys stop baiting me. Lakers. They're down by 4. Dude, fuck you guys. Down by 22 at the half. I was like, I don't even know why I even believed you. I don't even know why I believed you. I was like, what? Someone must have died. Someone must have died on the floor. How are you? If you need a weather report in Canada, I'm your guy. You think maybe today's Big A clip should be about the weather in Canada? Canada as a whole. That's interesting. Do you think that's going to hit? You think that's going to be a banger? Oh, yeah. Lakers! Lakers Nation! Damn, I'm kind of hot in this room. And I have this fucking Rudolph pimple. Do you watch any sports? I watch basketball, as you may have picked up from my constant discussion on it. Benny and the Jets, thank you for the 4 months. How the hell are you guys doing? I want to talk about the amazing announcement by Donald J. Trump of the Patriot games. I want to talk about that for sure. That's 100% what we guys about today. I think that's the greatest idea ever. And I think all science fiction tells us that it's a good idea to have some sort of big national game where you take one boy and one girl from every state, or let's say district, and make them compete for national entertainment in benefit of the monarch. I think that's awesome. That is badass. I'm very much looking forward to talking about that. I also want to talk about the crisis in memory prices in RAM, basically DRAM memory that people are using for PC builds and a lot of things, consoles, smartphones, tablets. We're going to talk about that. And we are going to talk about a couple other things. Oh, watch the new Coffeeezilla, which apparently is up my alley because it's all about somebody grifting somehow. I sold all my gold to invest in RAM. So you're just buying wholesale RAM that you can resell, I guess. Did you see Germany cracking down on BNPL? Wait, really? Das Germans are putting Das Boot on BNPL's neck? I don't see this. I'm looking. I don't see a German crackdown on BNPL. What did you see? I see nothing. Sounds woke. Let's This is my last message about Harry Potter before being out now. Oh, Harry Potter Fortnite is out now. Yeah, when Linkus and Maisie want to play with me, I'll play with them. I definitely want to play Harry Potter Fortnite. Don't get me wrong. but there's shit to talk about. Hey, Ben, thank you for the prime. Have you seen the 2017 Dustin Martin AFL highlights? Can I be honest with you? Yes, of course. A fucking course, dude. Yes, I watch it every day.
Martin's got it, and Dusty hooking. Oh, that's it. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, this... You think I don't know Dusty Dustin?
He stopped it. Edwards, Butler.
He's unreal.
2-on-1. Dusty,
look at him go.
Dusty. Edwards, the look away.
I mean, it's peak, bro. Obviously, I know all about this guy. I mean, he had a fucking phenomenal season. Grand final victory. He got the Norm Smith medal. You know what I'm saying? Think I don't know about Dusty? Anyway, let's not talk about it anymore. Because I've said all I need to say. And that is that. Flat Moon Truther. Sorry. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Can I clarify your position here? You are a truther that the moon is flat. You think that they, the government, the deep state, are hiding the truth from us that the moon is a flat object. Have you ever seen the other side of it? I mean, technically, I'm sure that I have. Yeah, I don't know that that is a well-supported theory. I don't know that's a well-supported theory, that it's a flat moon. But can I just clarify, Mr. Moon is flat? Thank you for the gifted, by the way. Do you think that the moon is flat and the earth is round, or is it a both flat situation? Like, do you think that... Only moon. Okay. So you're fully on board that the earth is flat. We have a heliocentric universe. It rotates around it, but then going around the earth is a flat moon. All right. Well, that is a unique take. I gotta say, I've never quite heard that, but oh no! Oh no! Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh god damn! Ah fuck! Oh no 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 no! Hey! Fuck! Oh god damn it! Oh shit! Ow! Ow, my monitor! Oh, that almost smashed and broke everything. Hey, you get to see the Atrioc signed poster there. Bit of a subtle flex. Wait, can you guys not hear me? Can you hear me? I feel like my mic got unplugged. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Am I okay? I'm fine. But I'll be more fine when you can see me. Oh, wow, we fixed it. Let me just get this monitor out of the way. I'm not muted, bro. I see the fucking thing. Wow, that was intense. That was intense. That was like campers, dude. That was intense. It's crazy how that ninja attacked you, and I was gonna say I beat him off, but that's not. It is not what it sounds like. I fought him off. Gotta renovate your streamer like Sea-Dog. I'll never, and this is a sad fucking fact of life. This is a sad truth. I will never have a stream room as good as Sea-Dog's. And it's not a money thing. There's no amount of money I could throw at it that would get myself to the organization level that he has in his stream room. It makes me sad to think about. I just get to try it one time, and now I'll always be in a lesser than experience. Like my stream deck is right here. it has this logo on it because I haven't updated the drivers or whatever. And so it doesn't boot. And it's been like this for a year plus. This hasn't worked in 1 year. This would probably take me conservatively 10 minutes to completely fix and get back to using. And I haven't done it in 1 year. And if you go to fucking CDawg Stream Setup, he's got 2 of those on either side of his keyboard with all the light controls, all the fucking scene controls, all the sounds. What the hell, dude? What the helly? I can't say things, I guess, I have made progress in here because I did have this mini split installed and I am finally able to get the room cold. And before that was my biggest problem with streaming, was how damn hot this room got. So that is a win. That is a change. We used to have to use freezer shirts, if you remember. I used to have to put a shirt in the freezer and then get it out after a presentation because I'd be so sweaty. What's this? Is that button something? Like, this is not doing anything, right? What is this? It's still going? Wait, what the fuck does it sound like? Are you making this up? I have no idea. There's no sound, you. You guys are fucking stupid. I just checked my stream. There's no fucking. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what's going on. You guys are silly as can be. You guys are goofs. And I respect that about you, honestly. I like that you guys are so silly. You're so goofy. Oh, yuck. That's what you guys sound like. And I respect it. But I lost my fucking dashboard trying to open that clip. And now I can't see the chat. Hello, Governor. How's your day going? What's going on? What is happening in your days and your lives and your fucking attitudes determining your latitudes? Do you know what I'm saying? Just finished my last final. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but as a streamer, one thing I've noticed is that my chat is constantly in a state of taking their final. It doesn't matter what time of year it is or what day it is or what happened. You guys are always saying, I just finished my final. I'm on my last final. And you're going to be saying this in February, and you're going to say this in fucking April, and you're going to say this over and over again. And so I don't know how to, whoa. We just got a hype treasure chest that unlocked the honk shoe emote. Awesome. That's huge. This is big for us. We're fucking changing the paradigm here. You got a shout out from Gavin Newsom along Steve Bannon and Charlie Kirk, the big 3. That doesn't surprise me. I often am mentioned in the same sentence with those two as the big 3. The triangle, dude. Atrioc, will you commit to 1 year of daily old school RuneScape grinding for 5 gift subs? Can you imagine? Let's do the mental calculus here. Just think about it. You know what's funny? Is I was going to do a bit where I scam you and say yes, and then you do it, but I don't even want the headache of people asking me about it again. I will not commit. Verbally on the record, I will not commit to playing old school RuneScape for even 1 minute for 5 gifted subs. Not even for 1 minute. But I promise this, I'll give you 58 seconds of old school RuneScape for 5 gifted. I commit to 58 seconds of old school RuneScape for 5 gifted subs. Now think about that, baby. Think about that. That's not, but It's not per 5. It's not per 5. We're not going to end up with some kind of insanely lucrative subathon where I'm making millions of dollars playing old school RuneScape. It's not per 5. It is a one-time only 58 seconds of RuneScape. Okay, he did gift it. All right, let's open up old school RuneScape. We're going to play 58 seconds. That is all I'm committing to. Buy member, try free. Wow, this is so funny. By the way, not that I dude, if I could find my original password. I played RuneScape. This is how old I am. Some of you weren't born yet when I played RuneScape. When I played RuneScape, old school RuneScape was called RuneScape. And I was a child in elementary school. And it was the year 2002. Okay? That's when I played it. And I got Santa hats. I got Halloween masks. I got party hats. My account is worth a gazillion dollars and I don't know how to log into it. I don't remember the password and I don't remember the fucking email because it was literally my email when I was like 11 years old. What was your dog's name? Probably the password. Yeah, probably. I have to download it for Windows? Wait, I don't want to download it. Can I refund the gifted? I don't want to download anything. I can play it in the browser. What happened to that? What happened to playing in the browser? This is exactly what I was worried about. This is exactly what I was worried about. This is the fucking verbatim. What I was worried about. Okay, wait. Log in using your email address. Well, I did make one right for when we did the I have a couple RuneScape stories. The first one is that I was I played whenever I played, and people don't remember this, they used to have holiday events, and those items would just pop up on the ground. Like, you would just log in during school, and you could walk around and pick up free items. Oh, it usually wouldn't be during school. But, like, I remember specifically, I got, like, 18 Santa hats. You just walk around, and it's like, bloop, bloop, bloop. They're just on the ground. And you suddenly log on, and you pick them up. So, it was awesome. But they weren't worth anything back then. I mean, they were worth something, but it was, like, not valuable. So that's the first thing. I loved RuneScape. I played the shit out of it, okay? Then, my more recent RuneScape story is that RuneScape paid Ludwig, and paid the crew, I guess. RuneScape came to Off-Brand. I think it's like early Off-Brand, maybe? And they were like, hey, we want to pay you guys money to get a crew of 4 and play RuneScape. And we're like, okay, well, why don't we toss some money Mango's way? And let's get Mango in on this. So it'll be me, Stans, Lud, and Mango. And then the day before, or like right before it happened, Mango went on stream and called it Runestone and said he's only playing this game to get paid. You stupid Runestone fucks. And then it hit the fucking RuneScape subreddit, went to the top of their subreddit, thousands of upvotes. RuneScape is paying fucking influencers who hate the game and not real, honest RuneScape fans. And so it was like this fucking chaos, dude. And then all of our, it was a pretty big deal. It was at risk. So thankfully, Connor Eats Pants stepped in to fill in for Mango last second. And we still got it done. So thank you, Connor Eats Pants. W Connor Eats Pants. This is gonna take me long. This is so stupid. I'm so mauled right now that I agreed to this. This is not. I can't even. It's gonna take me longer to log in than I'm going to play. How fucked is that when you really think about it? Okay. I'm going to create an account. There's no account here, so. Here, we're going to make an account right now. My birthday. You know, when I first played this game, I probably had to lie my birthday. Now, if I tell the truth, they're like, you're too old. I used to have to lie. I used to have to pretend to be older when I logged into things. And now I have to fucking pretend to be younger. Or they're like, wait a minute, why are you playing RuneScape? Okay. Although I assume the old school RuneScape audience is probably as old as I fucking am, to be fucking quite honest. Okay. I don't want you to send new offers. I have to pick a strong password. Okay, we're going to use strong password. Just create one for me. I already downloaded the launcher. I already did. So don't tell me to download the fucking launcher. Okay? And now, oh, please. I don't have the strong password. That's the fucking thing. I don't know what it is. It created it for me, but it's only in Chrome. It's not in this fucking pop-up on the launcher. I can't log in. Oh, I'm... That's crazy. That is fucking crazy. It's in Chrome? Oh, brother bear. Oh, here it is. Okay. No, I don't want to change my password. I don't want to change it. I want you to tell me what it is. I don't want to change it. Mother of God in heaven. Okay, I got it. We're in. Oh my, email me a verification code. Okay, hold up. This is so stupid. This is how many gifted did I get? 5? Okay, RuneScape old school. Install? I have to install it? This game used to run in a browser in 2001 on the fucking dogshit school computers. And now I have to fucking download and install it. Why? What happened? They added sailing. You think it's because of sailing? Oh, hear that sound? That means we're fucking in. Wait. This is about to be incredible. This is about to be a cinematic masterpiece. Okay, you guys ready? This is about to be cinema. RuneScape old school, baby. Full screen. What? This is full screen? This is full screen. It goes bigger when you open it. Okay. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready on the clock. 59 seconds on the clock. Here it goes. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be so much fun. RuneScape fans and Atrioc fans, handshaking on how great this content is going to be for 59 seconds. This is going to be so sick. It's going to be peak. RuneScape fans are going to talk about this for days, weeks. Oh, man, it's really flickering. Promises made, promises kept, folks. Let's get out there and explore. Wow. A whole wide world to explore. RuneScape old school classic. Is there anything more fun? I think not. Look at this. Holy. No fucking way. There's an arena. Let's watch a battle. Oh my God, they're really going at it. Look at this battle, bro. It's absolute cinema. Who's gonna win? He's got spellcast. They're both spellcasters. It's a wizard's duel. Oh my goodness. A wizard's duel indeed. Who will win? Who will win? I have to know. I have to know. But I guess I never will. Because that's the end. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. Wow. That was incredible, really. It was a cinematic masterpiece. Dare I say, one of the peak gaming streams we've ever had. That was awesome. Thank you so much for the gifted. And wow. You know what I liked about it was that the ending was kind of a cliffhanger. It like kind of leaves it up to your own interpretation. It's like the end of Inception. Like, did the left wizard win or did the right wizard win? We'll never know, but we can always debate it and talk about it. It's like the ending of Sopranos. That's fucking awesome. That was really, really cool. Thanks for that suggestion and thank you for the gifties. 206, Smitty, thank you for the 16 months. Bean 42, thank you for the 2 months. Steak on Head for the 20 months. Ashkan Kiani, thank you for the gifted. Bad Graphics, thank you for the 11. Man, I'm mentally exhausted from all that adventuring. It was so overwhelming. I agree, bro. I mean, that was truly an arc. There was a start, there was a middle, and most importantly, there was an end. And I feel like that really, I feel like we're better friends for it. Do you guys sense that vibe that I'm getting? I feel like after we went through that journey together, it was like, we're not just a streamer in chat, but we're like, really, there's a bond. Any Hootie and the Blowfish. I want to talk about computer memory really soon here. Zapapa, thank you for the Prime. Thank you for the 13 months of Prime, Zapapa. I do appreciate it. Morphine, thank you for the 26 months. Clever name. I don't remember every 59 seconds of every Atrioc stream, but I'll remember those 59 seconds. I hope it crowds out the memory of your child's first words on your deathbed. I hope you're on your deathbed in 80 years and you're thinking back on your life and you're going like, oh, I remember my childhood. I remember getting married. I remember Atrioc's 59 seconds of RuneScape. It's one of the last memories you have. You flash your life. Will you hop on the Minecraft speedrun train with Lud? Fucking no. No, dude. No, I have no interest. Why the fuck would I do that? No, that's not even top 50 things I'd want to do. Not even top 50. What about playing Arc Raiders? Now that's not even top 50, that's top 1, baby. I love Arc Raiders. For me, Arc Raiders is peak. Dude, the only game I'm addicted to is team fight fucking tactics. Life-ruining tactics. I am addicted to team fight tactics. But I told myself, once I get Emerald, break until I finish my videos, then I can go for a push for Diamond. That's the fucking plan. Emerald, break. Plus, after the break, I'll have more time for my addiction to old school RuneScape, which you guys know I'm fucking addicted to lately. I love it. Hey, Atrioc, you've talked a lot about how you want a kid on YouTube, and I think it's great. I do want a kid. Looking to avoid a potentially awkward moment, if you want to name your kid Turd Gobbler Jr., you go ahead. You have my blessing, big bro. Thank you. Thank you for that option, Turd Gobbler. I will definitely keep that on the table. You know, that's very kind of you. I'm not saying it's a shoe-in. I'm just saying it's one of the options. And it's a weight off my shoulders to know that I don't have to get permission. Oh, wait. One more thing to crash out on, and then we'll talk about computer memory, okay? One more thing to crash out on. Here's the fucking crash out. And it's a relatively simple one. Think about this like a green text, okay? Be me. Love Hollow Knight so fucking much. Wait years and years and years for Silksong. I'm incredibly, incredibly excited for it. Silksong finally comes out, surprise announcement, And guess what? It's amazing. It's an incredible game with a fucking incredible secret third act. Sorry. Incredible. I enjoy the hell out of it. I play it. I play it all the way through. I beat it. I beat the bonus. And then I go back and I play the final boss over and over and over till I can beat it hitless. I love the game. I look around at the world and the excitement for it is relatively muted. Okay? Because everyone's pissed about how hard it is. Fine, whatever. I don't need them to like it for me to like it. But I kind of want to be like, this is fucking Silksong. We've been talking about it forever. It's finally here. So I have to go watch the Game Awards. And at the Game Awards, a bunch of beret-wearing Frenchmen win every single award over Silksong. Again, it's a good game. E33 is a good game, but it wins every single award, except for one toss-away award that Jeff Keighley goes literally out loud. He goes, hey, Silksong guys, you got one. He literally tosses a pity award and says it out loud. Okay? Fine. Whatever. I have to deal with that. Then, in my own home, I try to spread the gospel of Hollow Knight and Silksong, and I install Hollow Knight on the Steam Deck, and I give it to my wife. She's been playing a lot of games recently, and I try to get her into it. Ari plays a day of Hollow Knight, says I fucking hate it. This game sucks. Doesn't enjoy it at all. Hurts me deeply. I literally sit down, I play it with her, I try to like get her in on it, like it gets really fun. You have to, unlike other times I've done that, she does not click with the game at all. She doesn't like it. Okay. So I'm hurt again. I'm double stabbed in the heart. Then today I get home from our podcast meeting, and what do I see? My wife on the couch playing Expedition 33. This game's great. And then I sit there and I watch the opening scene with her. Slight spoilers is the very beginning. And they have the first gamage. And she literally, I look over, she's crying. She's crying at how beautiful the scene is. And I'm crying because of what the fuck happened to Silksong this year. It's a complete disaster. This fucking game cucked our whole Silksong year. That's my takeaway. That's my fucking great text. I have nothing else to say. This just happened. Is she playing on Steam Deck? No. She played the game on Steam Deck because I already owned the game because I played it on stream for one time. And she's like, this game's not that good. Because if you try to play it on Steam Deck, the graphics are so fucking choppy and it's like laggy and the game doesn't run well on Steam Deck. And then when I came home today, she had bought it on PlayStation. So we've now bought the game twice. I've given Silksong $20 and I've given a game that I don't even like $100. More than 120? What? It's 40, 80 then. 80. Plus tax, 100. The French won. They just won. It's just like Napoleon's revenge. I don't know how to say it. This game feels like Napoleon's revenge. And so, to sum up the story, I am proposing that we blow up the Statue of Let's not blow it up. Let's just send it back. Let's just send it back. Not blow it up, we'll just send it back. Okay? Just thanks with a message. Thanks, but no thanks. Okay? And then, you know what we build? We build an even bigger Eiffel Tower in its place and call it the Trump Tower. The Trumpful Tower. That's fucking awesome. And it's made out of solid gold, and it bankrupts the country immediately upon construction. It's let me see if AI can solve this problem. How much would it cost to build the Eiffel Tower entirely out of gold? Building the Eiffel Tower entirely out of gold would cost an astronomical sum, likely in the trillions of dollars. An impractical multi-trillion-dollar endeavor. A small price to pay for a truly excellent Trumpful Tower. Tariffs will fund it. Tariffs will fund it. We have the money from tariffs. I'm not worried. There's literally $18 trillion of direct investment flowing into America right now. The next closest president only got 2. We have 18 trillion flowing in. We could easily afford a solid gold Eiffel Tower. That's awesome. That's awesome. That is so sick. That'll show those French. Yeah, that'll teach them. So basically the military budget, well, to be technically clear, this would be triple our military budget, likely, minimum. Our military budget just got signed. It's $900 billion. We signed the defense thing today, the defense spending bill today. $900 billion in new defense spending. But we can triple that and spend it on the Eiffel Tower. No problem. Will your kid be an E33 fan or a Silksong fan? Based on the current progression of society, my child will not play video games as he spends 23.5 hours a day doom scrolling. That's the most likely outcome for my child. He will exist in some sort of matrix like that, in a state of half asleep, half awake sludge, where he spends his entire time doom scrolling. And the other 30 minutes is a break to sports gamble and check his parlays. Yeah, it's a future. It's a future. Okay, well, we gotta talk about. Someone said sell his soul for half a stick of RAM. I want to follow up. From yesterday. So wait, does Adish, do you have that clip? Where's that clip? Where's that clip? Clip. Clippity, clippity, clip. Clip. Clip, clop, clop. 8:48-ish. Okay. Open AI. 8:48. 8:48. And make sure I got my slides set up. And let's do a quick test. Test. Didn't work. Didn't fucking work. Welcome to the Thunderdome. It did work. Nice! Okay. Perfect. Okay. Boop. I have to close out these 400 RuneScape tabs. It's just all the different emails and password manager I had to use to get this shit open. Okay. All right. Perfect. Perfection. Okay. Just let me catch you up because this is like a two-parter. We're following up from yesterday. We're kind of cutting two things together here. But I need the Iron Man time. All right. Okay. So yesterday we talked about how RAM prices for computers are going astronomically high, and how NVIDIA is cutting its production of consumer GPUs by like 40-50% next year. And I mentioned this is a bit of a per Atrioc because I said this would happen in this clip. Continuing their consumer brand Crucial, Micron discontinued Crucial. Yeah, this is what I was talking about actually with NVIDIA. Wait, this is actually such a perfect story. Wait, I've mentioned, like from NVIDIA's POV, if NVIDIA had their way, they wouldn't make a single graphics card for gamers anymore. Because you only have so much space at TSMC foundries in Taiwan to make things. So they only want to use all of that to make the really high-end, corporate-focused stuff. And so Micron is just doing that. Micron doesn't care. They're not making any more consumer stuff, and they're focusing on enterprise consumers. NVIDIA can't do that because then they might blow up, you know, a 20-year business, which they have great market share in. Okay, well, they are blowing it up. I mean, sort of. I guess the problem is that AMD can't fill up the gap, so they're not blowing it up. They're still producing, but they are making half the GPUs next year for consumers because they want to spend all their foundry time and all the RAM they can buy on AI chips. But I also mentioned yesterday that there's like a lot of conspiracy theories going around, and I couldn't find examples at the time. I just know that I'd seen them, but I didn't have them saved. I went back and I pulled those, and I want to show you some examples of what I've been seeing on social media to explain the rise in RAM prices. So look, very, very, very brief primer. DRAM, dynamic random access memory. It's like the main source of memory in a computer, in a smartphone, in a tablet, in servers, in everything, okay? It's the type of memory that has like the slush memory, the live stuff you're doing. When the power of the machine turns off, this memory is wiped. So it's not like a solid state drive, okay? Cloud computing uses it. It's just really important for almost all computing we use in our daily lives. Okay, that's the memory. You don't need to know much more than that. The main idea is that's what it is. And it's made by a few key players. In the industry, we'd call them D3, okay? Micron, SK Hynix, and Samsung are the three, kind of like a duopoly, I guess. Triopoly. The triopoly of memory, okay? And they make all the memory. They have the entire market share. Others are 5%. So these three combine. If they don't make the memory, you're not getting it. And they sort of split up the market, and some of them take different segments and different price points, but it's all competing between them. And they have very close relations, I have to be honest with you. So sometimes they collude a little bit more than you'd expect. But okay, there's these three, and they all make it. They all follow similar trends. So if you go to this recent rise in memory prices, and you look on social media, especially among gamers, they are saying things like this. They are slowly phasing out consumer-grade PC parts in an effort to make owning your own hardware unaffordable. So in the future, you'll no longer be able to self-host your own content in offline AI. Start hoarding hard drives like your life depends on it, and download anything you can before it's too late. This is in response to Samsung cutting some of their production. This had 36,000 likes. Then, oh, I get it. They're going to use the RAM shortages as the justification to push thin client computers onto consumers and make people dependent on cloud computing subscription services finally. Ah, this fucking conspiracy. And Doge employee 121 nails it out plainly. They saw PewDiePie showcase to a ton of young men to build internal servers and home systems. The powers that be saw PewDiePie self-hosting AI on his own machine and said, we can't let this get out. We can't let people at home do this. We need to create a fake crisis to drive up the price of RAM. So you're forced on a cloud computing. This is a possible theory. I'm going to present an alternative one. Okay. So, listen, a little more setup. If you are in the market for DRAM, for a laptop or for a PC build, the cheapest and most reliable consumer grade one, the old reliable of PC builds, was often made by Micron in their brand Crucial, okay? Generally, it was considered to be a low-cost, reliable memory that you could buy for what you were creating, okay? This was recently discontinued. They completely exited this business. They are no longer making this low-cost DRAM for regular consumers. And the reasoning could be the PewDiePie thing. It could be a great conspiracy, but I think maybe it's another leak. The comments on this were understandably outraged. People go, us consumer peasants are going to have to scrounge for parts in the data center scrapyard pretty soon. Guess selling consumer products wasn't that crucial for their bottom line. +2. And Micron is saying that the memory shortage that allowed this to be a problem, that made them fucking cancel this, will extend beyond 2026. So as far as they can tell, this is not going to abet anytime soon. But I think the reasoning behind this actually goes back to a thing that has been a core focal point for a lot of problems we've had financially and business-wise recently. Maybe you remember it? It was called COVID. Okay? The real truth of the matter is, at the beginning of COVID, there was also a shortage of memory because everybody was stuck at home and we started buying more things that used memory, whether it was graphics cards, whether it was tablets, whether it was smartphones, whether it was servers, whether it was anything. And there was a shortage of memory. The world went to a circuit shortage. And so in response, these three companies said, okay, there's so much demand and this demand's going to last forever. What if we all team up and increase production? So in 2021, all three of the big players ramped up memory production. And you know what happened? They instantly had a glut. They instantly made way too much. They made so much fucking memory, you could get it all for very, very cheap. So everybody back then was like, oh man, memory prices are so fucking great. I can buy whatever I need for my build. There was an oversupply. All their stock started to tank. All three of their stocks started to tank because they made so much memory, they couldn't sell it for anything. They had to dump it on the market for super cheap. And so they had an oversupply problem. So to respond, so let's just follow the cycle here real quick. Let's follow the line. Okay? There's not enough supply, so they build more. So there's too much supply, so they make less. All three of them start cutting CapEx, which is capital expenditures. It means building on factories and what you do to supply, okay? So they cut CapEx in half. Micron, I'm going to supply fewer chips in 2023. Fresh CapEx cuts. Samsung cuts chip production after profits plunge 96%. So they all cut their ability to make new memory. They shut down factories. Again, this is a bit of collusion, as in they all collectively agreed, hey, we're making no fucking money. If we all choose to cut back at the same time, we can get back to a bit of a supply crunch and make money again. That's the plan, okay? So they cut. And then right at the bottom of their production capabilities, when they're like, okay, well, demand won't be that high. We're fine. We don't need to have a lot of factories. Right then, enter Sam Altman. The man with the $500 billion checkbook and AI, okay? So right as that they're least capable of ramping things up, the most massive demand for memory in human history appears. Most of it from this one guy who does not mind making huge promises with money he doesn't have. He has no problem with that. It's his greatest ability. So Sam Altman walks up to Samsung and Micron and SK Hynix and says, hey, you know the memory chips you make? We want to buy all of them. October 1st of this year, he says, we want to buy basically every chip you make. 900,000 wafers. Is it per month? Per month, yeah, per month. We went 900,000 wafers a month. Okay? Now, if you do the math on this, this is 40% of the global memory output that he bought in October. Just him, just one guy. Not all of AI, not every company. Just one guy wants to buy 40% of all the memory produced in the world. Okay? 900,000 wafers a month. So the price of DDR5 memory spikes instantly. On October 1st, when this first happened, the price of I don't know what the unit is. One DRAM unit was $684, okay? 90 days later, it's $27 a unit. That is a 400% increase in 3 months. Maybe it's per gigabyte. I think it's per chip. I think it's per chip, though. I think it's per chip. I think it's either per wafer or per chip. Something like that. I don't know if it's not I think it's per chip. So 684 per chip, 90 days later, 400% increase. And all of a sudden, again, we're 90 days after that, we are seeing the AI frenzy drive memory chip supply crisis. Because not only has Sam Altman bought 40%, but every other AI demand data center, that's not even him, maybe it's Oracle, maybe it's anyone else, are buying it up like crazy. Now, you might be thinking, okay, well, why not just sell it to me? Why sell it to Sam Altman? Because an AI chip has an 80% margin. When they take the AI memory and they package it up as like made for AI, they can jack up the price 80% more than it costs. But if they do it for you, the max they can get is about a 30% price increase. Okay? That's the margin. So they obviously are going to go for the fucking primo one, and they can sell it all to one supplier in one big chunk rather than having to like market it and compete with everybody on Tom's Hardware or whatever to try and get your dollar. They can just sell it directly to one big business that doesn't even care about the cost. So that is the real reason we are seeing Micron and other companies exit the consumer business. They have to make a choice. They have a limited amount of DRAM they can make. And if they sell it to you, they make less money. If they sell it to AI, they make more money. And there's so much demand and they have so few factories. Again, we're at this point. They cannot spin up new factories quickly. So they can't do both. They have to make a choice and they're choosing AI. However, we're only beginning to see the effects of this. So laptop prices are going up. That's already happening. Smartphone prices are going to go up 7% next year because of the memory shortage. NVIDIA, as we mentioned, is cutting GPU supply because they would rather use the memory on the AI data centers. And all of this is amounting to, I think, a very real example of a regular consumer getting what you might call an AI tax. Now, look, I'm not like an AI all negative, all positive guy. We've had a very nuanced discussion on this on Lemonade Stand many times. I think there's some good things that'll come from it, and there's some bad things. But I think what AI optimists or ooh-rah-rah AI guys don't seem to recognize is that for the average person, their lived experience is that it's making things around them more expensive and worse. It's like electricity prices are up. The memory they use for things they actually like smartphones, tablets, gaming consoles, laptops, are more expensive. And so this tax is a real thing that is filtering out. They're not just seeing the upside, they're seeing real material price increase downsides. And they are competing with a guy that does not care about the reality of money. If they were having a real bidding contest with a company that actually wanted to spend real money, the reality of the situation would probably make them have to bring down the price of the AI chip and make it more competitive with the consumer. But Sam Altman does not care about reality when it comes to money. He just promises billions and billions and trillions of dollars to buy everything possible. The bigger the number, the better. And so as long as you think he's good for it, and the world seems to think that, they have to take his money. The amount he's offering is so absurd. Now, I don't think this will play out well. I think this is a recipe for disaster. I think there is no possible way he can honor these commitments, but that's a story for a different time. This is why we are where we are. Now, if you know the memory industry or the GPU industry, any semiconductor industry, it's always cyclical, always. They have gluts, they have crunches. And what happens after a crunch every time? They fucking ramp up production all at the same time. Guess what they're doing? They're all doing that. All three of the big companies are committing billions to build new fabs so they can crunch out more memory because this demand will last forever. And now I promise you, we're going to flash forward a few years, 27 or whatever, and they're going to be like, damn, we have a supply glut. No one wants to buy our memory. And then all their stock's going to go down, and they're going to be like, fuck, we have to crunch again. And they're going to fucking... This has happened like a zillion times in this industry, and it's happening again right now. It's just this one is extra bad because of the AI demand right here at the bottom. There's one wrinkle, though. There's one wrinkle. So these three companies have split up the market for a very long time. However, this others now features a certain someone. Can I draw their flag? And this is starting to change the dynamics of the memory market. Okay? This time around, I can't draw it. I can't draw it. This time around, China has a Manhattan Project to try and catch up in all, whether it's memory production, whether it's semiconductors, whether it's AI chips, whether it's all aspects of it. I'm not celebrating or damning this, but I'm just saying that they have a tendency when they get into markets like this to absolutely flood the market with supply to drive down prices, which consumers really like. But obviously it could knock out South Korea and America from the business. I mean, it could possibly like destroy or torpedo these companies because they have completely abandoned their connection with the consumer in order to sell entirely to the high-end AI chips. So there could be a real reckoning brewing in the memory market that could lead to total domination by one country. This is a real possibility if you're looking at it now. I can't say whether that'll happen. I don't have an expertise on how close or behind China is in this particular technological challenge, but I do know they're hungry for it. They're coming after it with a full force of competition and government subsidies. So we will see. But that, I think, is the larger story and the real thing to worry about or talk about with this, not they are trying to stop you from being like PewDiePie. Okay, that's the update. I wanted to follow up so you guys got a clear picture of what the fuck's going on so you're not buying into the stupidest thing you see on social media. All right, thanks guys thanks for watching. Okay. Just making the Bible bigger? What does that mean? How long will it take for OpenAI loans to need government support? That's the big question, bro. They were flirting with the idea. They were basically saying, hey, it'd be really nice if the government backstopped our loans. That way we could get really great deals on them. It would be good for America to lead the world in AI tech. And then everyone started saying, what, are you asking for a government bailout before you've even failed? And they were like, no. You misread us. You completely misunderstood what we were saying. And so they haven't mentioned it again since then. But yeah, it's clearly part of their, like, it's just, the numbers are just so stupid when you really look into it. The amount of money that OpenAI does not have this money. And they keep promising that their revenue is going to grow enough to be able to pay these commitments. But it's becoming less and less likely. I mean, look, I'll give you an example. Do we have so when Oracle announced they had a $500 billion deal with OpenAI, their stock went to the fucking moon right here. Okay, they went to the fucking moon. And Larry Ellison became the richest man in the world briefly right here. And then everyone started looking into it. And they were like, wait, all of this is a giant IOU from OpenAI. Like, are they going to pay it? Is it going to work out? And all of a sudden, the stock plummeted right back down because there's way more risk than they thought. Additionally, the credit default swaps on Oracle Corp debt, you know, like basically betting that they won't be able to pay back their debt because they took on a lot of debt to build these data centers, have like surged in value. The debt of Oracle is trading like a junk bond. So it's, you know, the market is waking up to the idea that like this is a lot riskier than the headlines seem. And every day they announce a new OpenAI headline where it's like Amazon invests in OpenAI. And then, you know, you look into it and it's like, here, let's see. Yeah. Amazon. Yeah, look. Let's just look. OpenAI in talks to raise at least $10 billion from Amazon and use its AI chips. Wow. Fucking awesome. $10 billion from Amazon. And then you scroll down, as you always do. Always scroll down. And it's going to use the money to rent servers from Amazon Web Services. It's a fucking circle every time. It's always a circle. They put in money, but the money always flows right back to them. And everyone's just passing around this same fucking circle jerk. Okay? Nobody is giving OpenAI money just like as an investment. They are all giving it to them as part of this circular financing thing. And OpenAI is running this spinning plates gambit to seem like everything's okay. They have a lot of money coming in. It's a joke, dude. It's a joke. I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know. The numbers we're talking about are so astronomical, and this is so unprecedented that, you know, I'm not going to be like, oh, tomorrow this will be figured out. But I just know that OpenAI cannot make the commitments they've made. It's nowhere even in the realm of possibility, unless they invent AGI tomorrow. I guess that would, if they invent AGI tomorrow, then fine. But without that, they're absolutely cooked. Anyway. That is the update I wanted to give on the memory situation. We could talk about the Patriot games. I do think it's really funny. Maybe I do that tomorrow because I kind of want to make some slides on the Arc de Trump and all the different fucking things around it, not just the Hunger Games. So maybe we watch that new Coffeeezilla because I think it's like a perfect, interesting video. The Voidzilla. Oh wait, there was one. Deal. Look. Disney did a deal with OpenAI. This is like $1 billion deal from Disney where they invest in OpenAI, and then OpenAI is going to pay them licensing money to allow them to use Disney characters in Sora content. So now when you're on Sora generating an AI slop video to use on TikTok that they won't even make any money from. I actually need to be so clear here. I need to be so clear about this fucking stupid business model. Okay? When you make a social platform like Sora, okay? Your goal is you lose money generating the AI video. You have to run the data center. So you make the AI video, but then when all the people around the world watch it, we're watching it, you can run ads, okay? You can run ads on that, and that makes money back from you. But what OpenAI did is they created basically a meme generator app that just loses money to make the video, and then the customer steals it and runs it on TikTok for someone else to get the ads. They don't get any money. It just goes to TikTok or YouTube Shorts. And then TikTok runs the ads and they get all the money. And Sora loses money and OpenAI loses money. It's an absolutely fucking failed business idea. This is one of their big plans. However, now, when they make a video that has Disney characters in it, they have the legal right to do that as long as they pay some money back to Disney. So now they're going to lose more money per video, generating thousands of videos of fucking Goofy smoking weed and getting arrested. And then that goes to Disney. Sam Altman loses more money, and these videos go viral on TikTok. It truly is insane. It's so stupid. That's the plan, though. That's the fucking plan. All right? But I guess it's not really Sora losing the money because Disney's putting $1 billion in, and that's just going back to them. Fuck yes, dude. He's a financial genius. How the partnership was so that Disney could do product market placement in their content? No. The partnership is to allow Disney IP onto Sora. Basically, Disney was so afraid of AI-generated content with their IP, they're like, we have to get ahead of it. We got to make some money off of it because people are just going to steal our characters and make them smoke weed anyway. So we need to make money off that. That was the fucking impetus of the idea. Why is Disney paying for it? I mean, they're not directly paying for it. They're just giving $1 billion to OpenAI as an investment. And as part of that deal, they're setting up this thing to get paid for their IP when it's used. But they also own a piece of OpenAI. So like if that blows up, they'll make money on that too. It's not like a direct circle, but it all ends up being a circle, you know? Yeah, they do get shares in OpenAI. But again, the shares in OpenAI are only valuable because the company is, they're only valuable because of this belief they've created among everybody else that they are valuable because of these deals they keep signing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have the money for their commitments. And all the money they've announced is getting invested in them is only going out the door immediately back to the person. So it's all like this. It's very Ponzi, bro. It's very suspicious is all I'll say. And many people are pointing it out now. Okay. So here's the new Voidzilla video called I Hate This So Much.
People wonder why I'm so...
I have no idea what this is about. I hate this so much. What do you think Coffeeezilla hates so much? I assume it's going to be crypto or gambling. If it ends up being Silk Song, and he's like, I hate Silk Song because E33 is better, I'm just going to end stream. Imagine. Maybe, what if it's wokeness? What if Coffeezilla makes a video, I hate this so much, and it's just a fucking 30-minute rant on wokeness? That would be a fucking pivot. That would be, there we go. That's my king, dude. Okay. He's got this FTX shirt. It's kind of a beast, kind of a banger. All right, let's see. Let's see what Coffeezilla hates so much. I'm curious.
People wonder why I'm so mad about the gamblification of everything, and it's because we're exploiting you at the last possible step. I mean, we've already sucked up all your time. We've already sucked up all your attention. We've gotten you addicted to your screens. And now this is our last chance to steal your chance of a successful financial future by embedding gambling within these financial super apps that are supposed to help you with your finances, we are now parasitically sucking the...
This is actually a great topic, but I do want to say, I don't like this shirt. I'll just say it. I don't like the ones where it's like Enron Risk Management Department or FTX Ethics Department or whatever. I don't like them because I think it's too on the nose. It's tacky. It's tacky. Just have the balls to put FTX on a shirt. Do you know what I'm saying? Just put the logo. I think it's way more funny to be wearing it ironic. You know, when you have to put the joke on there, then it's like a gag hat. And it's like, oh, I don't really support them. I think it's so much funnier to wear the logo of a totally failed fraudulent company. That's what I think, all right? And I'm only saying this because our merch team, the merch team I work with, they came with ideas for new merch for Failcos, and they were like, what about this one? And it was like, yeah, it was like Evergrande Risk Management or whatever. It was like that. And I was like, bro, I don't like it. I don't like it. And so I cut it out. I fucking, we do the full logo or not at all.
To your screens. And now this is our last chance to steal your chance of a successful financial future by embedding gambling within these financial super apps that are supposed to help you with your finances.
Which one of these?
We are now parasitically sucking the life out of you. And I want to talk, I mean, I'm not going to stop yapping about it. I'm sorry. I know I'm beating a dead horse here with the whole
Okay, sorry, I keep going off on a tangent, but I will say someone in chat said FTX is too recent. It's a fair point because I did have an FTX hat that Ari made for me. And when I wore it, I would not get the normal comments like, oh, nice Enron hat. I would get comments like, wow, are you sponsored by FTX? You like, nobody got that it was ironic when I wore the FTX hat. Not nobody, but a lot of people did not get it. So maybe for FTX, you have to have this stupid fucking line. So everyone's like, oh, I heard her. But like, fuck it. Where's my FTX hat? I'm going to wear it anyway. Okay? Wear it fucking proud. Guys, this stream's brought to you by FTX. I am a personal fan of Sam Bankman-Fried and everything that he did. And I just want you guys to know that I really loved his choices on the fiduciary management of the company.
Our prediction markets, gambling, blah, blah, blah. Look, I know it's not a big secret, right? That of course they are, but why then are our regulators so confused? Why then is this such a big dialogue? And I realized it's not too dissimilar from the Galaxy gas epidemic we talked about a while ago. That's when they basically sold nitrous oxide under the loophole of the...
Is this about Kanye West? This is about fucking Kanye, dude. Did Kanye invent crypto gambling to pay for his nitrous oxide fucking addiction? Is that the journalism that we've now figured out?
This is a food product. In fact, the company maintained the illusion that they were actually to make, citrus nitro margaritas, when in actuality, people were using it to get high. But the company had to maintain the illusion that, they had this high-minded use for it of culinary arts, And that's really the same thing you see with these prediction market companies. They have to say, hey, we're actually an oracle for truth. We're not just gambling, even though they keep following the playbook of the casinos, and the casinos are the ones competing with them. So recently, Kalshi announced something called combos, which is where you can combine...
Combos? Oh, shit. Listen, guys, I've been very, very down on people wasting their money on sports parlays on this stream for many, many years, but there's a new product that I think finally fixes the problems with that. And the problem was the stupid name, parlay. Now that it's a combo, combo is like a tasty food meal or what. It sounds great. A combo signifies class and excellence and financial diligence.
2 bets to get a higher payout. Now, if you don't know, this is one of the most popular things in sports betting. It's called a parlay. They just rebranded it, and they now call it trading instead of gambling, combos instead of parlay. And they have to maintain this illusion that this is about somehow hedging future risk or something like that, when everyone knows what it's actually being used for, which is to, of course, gamble more. And
I'm hedging future risk, okay? There's a huge risk that I don't make 200 grand when the Lakers win. And I have to hedge that by making a huge bet on the Lakers, okay? With all my fucking saving. I need to fucking, it's just a little, it's part of making my life better.
Problem is that now we are injecting this into the entirety of our society. And yes, I already had a...
Dude, Northern Lion, if he got into crypto, that's the CEO of Coinbase? Holy shit, dude. That's fucking Southern Lion. What a weird Southern Tiger. This is Southern Tiger, bro. Holy shit. It's his evil cousin.
Is that now we are injecting this into the entirety of our society. And yes, I already had a problem with the gambling companies doing this, but it's like even worse now because these new prediction markets have none of the regulations or controls that gambling companies already didn't have enough of. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. If you were on DraftKings, there's a way.
Dude, I'm sorry to go back, but this is literally, if Northern Lion, this is exactly how he would turn out with the way his brain works if he was born in America. I think this is his twin that at birth was separated and given to an American family, and he was given to a Canadian family. And this is how he turned out. He's way wealthier in this example, but a little bit more of a sociopath.
Is that now we are injecting this into the entirety of our society. And yes, I already had a problem with the gambling companies doing this, but it's like even worse now because these new prediction markets have none of the regulations or controls that gambling companies already didn't have enough of. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. If you are on DraftKings, there's a way to self-exclude. If you are on a casino, they by law have to let you self-exclude. But on these prediction markets, there's no obligation to do so. And I'm just trying to sound the alarm about the insanity of this. So if you don't know, Coinbase and Robinhood are what's now called these financial super apps, where they do more than just one thing. It used to be Coinbase was about crypto. Now they're gonna do stocks, they're doing prediction market, they're doing everything. But importantly, the prediction markets, they're doing gambling. So like you can direct deposit your paycheck and they will let you invest, but they'll like also let you gamble. And to understand why this is a problem, let's understand what their ambition is first, these companies.
We need to be the most trusted place to manage your entire financial life. So to that end, we've been building across these 3 phases of crypto adoption.
Okay, you see that. The most trusted place to manage your entire financial life. That's what their aspiration is. You're going to manage your entire finances. Then why then are you offering something that you know will make someone's financial future worse? It's like saying, hey, I want to be the health super app, right?
I think, no disrespect, but I feel like Coffeeezilla just can't pick sports teams like we can. Do you guys get the vibe that he just doesn't have good picks? And so he like thinks you can't make money off it, but like we all know that it's just like, it's pretty much as simple as knowing who's going to win because you know ball. And then you bet on that. It's like, it's actually, bro's a Charlotte Hornets fan.
Right? So I'm not just going to offer, x-rays if you break your arm. I'm going to offer you carrot juice if you need vitamin A. But then you say, I'm also going to offer junk food and Oxycontin out of the bag.
Wait, someone said, everyone in chat who's gambled is about even lifetime. Yeah, this is what everyone says. Every fucking degenerate sports gambler who's definitely way fucking down. Yeah, I'm about even. Some wins, some losses, it all, Like, yeah, I lost big recently, but remember that one parlay I hit a month ago? It was huge. So I'm about even. It all comes out in the wash. And it's like, not only are you down, but you've wasted tons and tons of time thinking about it and checking it and updating it. And it's like, so the compounding detrimental effects on your life are astronomical.
Back office. And it's like, wait, what? Those 3 things are not equally compatible, right? One of them, for sure, is going to make someone's life meaningfully worse in health terms. And yet, that's what these finance bros are doing. They are offering things that they know will make your financial life worse because why? These are zero-sum, in fact, negative-sum games when you account for fees. Now, what am I talking about here? Well, I
also want to say this, okay, because I think Coffeeezilla is making a great point here, and he's like pushing for more regulation and trying to point out the problems here. I just want to say, this is like kind of a theme here. When it comes to gambling, addiction and gambling and slot machine and gotcha, let's just operate under the assumption that no one is coming to save you. And if you have an addictive personality, consider this a warning. You have to be fucking ready because it's always been kind of bad for someone like that. And it's now the worst it's ever been in human history. Post-COVID is just a constant, up and to the right hockey stick graph of new innovations in gambling technology. Just many, many, many ways to addict you and part you from your money on games of so-called chance. So you have to be ready to avoid it. I don't know how to say it clear. It is going to hurt you. If you have an addictive personality at all, you need to just be ready to fucking cut it cold turkey because they're gonna win. They're going to use every psychological trick, every fucking one-time offer bonus, every fucking early win into whatever. They'll do all this stuff to get you hooked, and then you're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to feel bad. And in a just world, we would regulate that, but you can't count on that.
I want to explain this to you because something I've seen a lot of is the idea that, well, maybe it's gambling, but it's fine because the whole stock market is gambling anyways. And this couldn't be further from the truth. People seem to not understand the difference between like day trading, which is speculating, it's gambling, and long-term investing, which has a positive expected value, even though it does have volatility. So I want to run a simulation for you here for a second, okay? In one of these, you're going to have a 0% odds either way. So it's a 50-50, basically. You win money or lose money. The other, we're going to take a little fee. We're going to take a slice of your bet. We're going to take a 1% on your odds. So you have slightly less than 50% odds. Think of these like a prediction market. And then we're going to have a positive sum game here. We're going to have something where more often winning than not. You can think of this as like long-term investing in the world stock market and not selling, right? It may go up, it may go down. But on average, we're making more things than we used to. So on average, you're going to be expected to win. Now, when you run these simulations, I want you to notice that it doesn't look the same every time. You know, there's different outcomes here as we, make bets. Like yes, sometimes you survive longer as the sports bettor. Sometimes you survive longer as the prediction marketer. But overall, you always drive to zero in a long enough time frame. It's always your
Go back. Look right here. So what he's saying is, if you're a god tier sports bettor, you'll beat the stock market briefly, and then you could take out all your winnings at the top and then put it in the stock market and make infinite gains and be ahead of where you were. So the smartest strategy is to be an incredible sports bettor, bink it, take your profits, and put it in the... This is how some of you fucking sound, legitimately. Except, honestly, when you get this bink, this insane lucky upswing bink, then you're like, well, I'm really good at it, so I should recycle it back into my proven sports betting system. You don't even cash it out.
Always going to end up with a $0 balance if you play the negative sum game long enough. And that's my fundamental problem with these prediction markets. They know that on average, you are going to lose. Their traders are going to lose because, of course, someone has to take a fee for this, and it's PvP otherwise. So they know it's a negative sum game. And yet, they are not just offering it, they are now releasing new features which allow you to even more degenerately gamble. And you can let me know at home, does this sound like trading to you?
I think they're going to score a lot of points in this game. I'm going to go ahead and select the over, but that shows 44.5. But you know what? I actually think they're going to score more than that. I'm going to actually change this and move this over to 47.5.
All right.
Holy shit, he knows ball. Holy shit, he can accurately predict exactly how many points they're going to score.
Right. Why don't we add one more leg? Who do you think will score a touchdown?
I know we traded Williams earlier, but I think Puka's going to get in the end zone in that game. So why don't we select him?
And just for fun, why don't you throw on a couple more legs?
Okay, you get the point. It's a demo for
Just for fun. Make it a 7-leg parlay.
sports betting, but within your brokerage account. Like, is that not crazy to anyone else? Is it not weird that we're just calling it trading so that we can get more money for the companies? And that's really where my hatred of these companies and what they're doing comes from. Is they're saying it's all under the guise of, hey, we're your financial place to do everything. But that part of that everything is like gamble. It's like your bank has become your bookie. I mean, it's completely antithetical.
Your bank has become your bookie. That is a great way to put it. +2, Coffeeezilla. Yeah, that's what it feels like. The companies that want to be your bank would also like to get into the lucrative business of being your bookie. They hold your money and then find ways for you to lose it. How sick is that?
To every common sense thing, and yet we are hurtling towards this dystopia with no end in sight, and people don't seem to.
So based on this line of logic, sometime in 2026, JP Morgan Chase will allow you to gamble right from your fucking dashboard. When you log into your fucking your actual bank account, you should be able to gamble right there, which will save a lot of time. You should be able to you should be a sports book right in the lobby of your local bank. You should be able to deposit your paycheck and put it on the ponies at the same time.
To want to call out just how insane this is. It's not just these companies, these financial super apps either. It's like every tech CEO has seemed to have gotten the mind virus at the same time. Like, here's the Roblox CEO considering whether it's a good idea to actually let kids use prediction
Roblox
markets now.
CEO?
Would you ever put a prediction market inside Roblox? Like, let kids bet with their Robux and you know, say, I bet he's going to steal a tung 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 sahur.
Or I bet he's not going to dress to impress.
Yeah.
I think we would have to do that once again. I'll share some of the complexity.
There's no complexity.
Every single country in the world has different legislation around
Just say
loot
no.
boxes and kid gambling.
That is a softball question to say no to. But he's saying, dude, we've clearly thought about it a lot. There's these pesky laws around child gambling. But he called it kid gambling, and he said it with like a smirk on his face like he wants to do it, and he's working on it. That's crazy. That's sociopathic.
And so we would have to be, it sounds very fun and obvious. Like, I love that.
Oh, to be clear, I think this is a horrible idea. I was just interested if you were thinking about it.
That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. He teed him up the worst idea in the world, and he's like, yeah, well, we're working on it. We're trying. Damn, that's a fucking nasty clip. That's a nasty read.
Well, I actually think it's a brilliant idea if it can be done in an educational way that's legal. And so I imagine a no free Robux, no free prizes, just a game called the Dress to Impress Predictor, where it's not like trying to get kids money or anything like that. I would be a big fan of it.
How is the answer not just an obvious no? Why is it so complicated to like be like, well, if we did it this way?
What is educational about getting kids hooked on gambling young? I don't. I guess if they lose all their Robux, maybe they'll learn. But more realistically, what CS:GO knives have taught us, they just make lifelong gamblers. You just turn them into addicts young. That's what it does.
Hey, and not that way. We'd have to really think about how to get around all the laws and regulations. I mean, it's just crazy to watch. And you can actually see that that's most of the advertising around this space. You know, if you want to know what a company or an industry is actually about, don't look at what they say, the high-minded, corpo speak. Look at what they advertise. And a lot of the advertising really just is about how do we get around the existing laws?
Wait, how did you win money? Isn't it illegal to bet on sports in Georgia? That's the thing, it's not gambling. She's a federally regulated exchange where you can trade on real-world events, like the NFL.
So yeah, in their press stuff call, she's like, yeah, we're not gambling at all. But in their ads, they say, hey, sick of being not allowed to gamble? Go ahead and jump on to our federally regulated website. Here's another one where they explicitly lay it out.
Yeah, it's legal now. You can make money from...
Oh, good. It's an AI generated. They got a fucking Sora video of a football player telling you that you can gamble. You can make money from football. Boy, oh boy.
Football in all 50 states.
And then, of course, the top headline is Kalshi is the only app in the U.S. where making money from football is legal across 50 states. But, of course, it's not sports betting, guys. It's not. We're trading the future. And then the last thing I'm going to do is leave you with this ad, which has to be the worst of all of the ones that I saw. I will just note that I'm not sure whether this is their ad running or a third party. When you look at the Meta Ad Transparency Center, it seems to be coming from the official Instagram. But, maybe this is a third party. I don't know. I only hedged that because the ad is so unbelievably insane. It's basically about how to market manipulate a bet in order to profit money. It's about lying and market manipulation. And it seems to be an obvious joke, but also it's an ad running for their company. It's wild. You just have to take a watch.
Unethical Ways to Make Money, Part 25. First, you're going to take the bus to New York City. Once there, you will walk to the Rockstar Games headquarters, go up to the lady at the front desk, and ask if they're hiring. She will redirect you to a website that shows all of the available positions they're looking for. At the bottom of this list, you will find the job description for janitor. You will lie on your resume and drop off a hand-printed resume at the front desk the next day. And in a couple of hours, you'll get a call from Rockstar Games congratulating you on getting hired. You'll show up to your first shift as a janitor, and the day will go on as normal. You'll mop a few floors, replace some toilet paper, and take out the trash. But right as 7 p.m. comes around, things get serious. Right as all the coders and developers leave the office, you'll pull out your phone and download the Kalshi app. There, you'll bet your life savings on GTA 6 not being released on time. After the bet has been placed, you will log on to all of the computers and start randomly deleting files. Not enough to where people notice, but just enough to mess up the game when the beta testers come around. These poor coders will spend months trying to determine why their game isn't working correctly, and they will be forced to push back the release date.
All this effort for a guaranteed bet anyway. Just betting on them not releasing on time is a fucking lock. You don't have to do shit. Stay at home. It's a lock anyway.
Of GTA 6. And that means if you invested just $100,000 into this, you could walk away with $300,000. Work smarter, not harder.
I rest my case.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fucking meme. It's probably a third party's video, and then they paid to run ads on it. That's what happens a lot. Companies will see someone talking about their product on social media, and if it goes viral enough, they can put paid behind it. They can spend money on their own Instagram account to boost it. So anyway, good video from Coffeeezilla. Insane times we're living in, man. Insane times. Specifically in regards to gambling. It's like there's nothing that is a weakness in the human psyche that is off limits anymore. It is all open season. Whatever weakness of our brains you can exploit for cash, go for it. Go for it with whole hogs. And there's not a single function of the government that is like, hey, we should probably stop that. Definitely a year of scams. But yeah, just know yourself, man. If you're weak to that stuff, run. Don't try a little bit. Just wholly quit. New Benjamin vid. Benjamin made a new video. Isn't he never upload? I don't think he's uploaded in fucking a year. This is 1 day ago? Y'all watch this? Fuck yeah. Why not? He's pretty funny. Fair warning, from what I remember, he does say the word retarded a lot. From what I maybe stopped. But I remember we watched his videos and that was a problem. He said it a lot. This is a warning. I don't know if he's gonna say it, but he's a guy that does say it a lot. From what I remember. I like his content, but that was okay. Let's see.
The year is 2010. A man walks into an air-conditioned office. He'd been in many offices like this over the past few months. He's carrying a 4-foot by 8-foot map, the contents of which he knows are going to result in confusion.
It's too loud.
Anger, and above all else, fear.
Okay.
Because this isn't just any regular map. No. This map contains some very, very frightening information.
Okay.
Just 2 years earlier, this man used his giant brain to develop a plan. A plan to secretly lay a single 1.5-inch tube of fiber optic cable over 800 miles from New Jersey to Chicago.
Okay.
The cable, he explained, had grown to become his obsession over the past few years. You see, in the early 2000s, the markets were changing rapidly.
Oh, it's like
computerized trading systems were making
no. This is going to be like about high frequency trading or whatever, where they compete for internet speed.
Gambling more profitable and fun in ways that no one thought possible. A new breed of traders were printing money in ways no one else understood, and some interesting opportunities were becoming apparent to the select few smart enough to see them.
Okay.
Which brings us right to the main character of this story. Dan Spivey was born at a very young age, then had a life where he did things. But one day a thought came to his mind. I think there could be...
I actually love that. I actually love that he did that. Because every fucking YouTube video would cut away there to like a 30-minute segment on Dan Spivey's life. And it would have flashed some fucking footage and it would have been like, and it wouldn't have mattered at all to the story. And he just said, let me hear it again.
The main character did of this story.
I want to hear it again.
Dan Spivey was born at a very young age, then had a life where he did things. But one day a thought came.
That's so big. It's 5 seconds, YouTube essayists. 5 seconds. That's all the listener needs to know to get into the story. I fucking thank you.
To his mind. I think there could be a way to do the stonk faster. And it was this profound revelation that allowed him to facilitate one of the most brilliant examples of legal extortion in the history of the markets. At the time, traders around the country were sending their orders to the exchanges using telecom wires. And while these routes were fast enough for most trading strategies, there were a few highly profitable trades where they posed a huge problem. To give you an example, one trade was arbitrage between an index futures contract that trades on the CME and the underlying stocks that make up the index, which trade on the NASDAQ. Most of the time, the futures trade where they should, based on the value of the stocks. However, traders observed that every day there are a lot of times when the value of the future gets dislocated enough against the portfolio of stocks to the point where you can buy the stocks and sell the future. Illiterate freaks buying index futures would push the price up, and traders would act as the middlemen between these markets, dispersing the excess demand in the futures market into the supply of the stock market. The spread between the cost of the portfolio of stocks and the profit from selling the future, or vice versa, was a risk-free profit, an incredibly profitable and competitive trade done by the biggest trading firms in the country. In the olden days, humans could manually do these trades, but as the 2000s came around, automated trading systems started to dominate more and more of the markets, and doing this trade required being much faster. This is where Dan's gargantuan genius began. Because he had realized the speed provided by the telecom companies was far from the fastest speed that was theoretically possible. In order to do this trade, you need to be the first to sell the futures and buy the stocks, or buy the futures and sell the stocks. When a trading firm located in Chicago sees the futures go up relative to the stocks, their algorithm races to send a sell order for the futures and a buy order for the stocks. The problem is that the currently available telecom routes from Chicago to New Jersey aren't designed for fast trading, which means means the communication speed is very inconsistent. On one day, sending this order might take 8.5 milliseconds. The next day, 10 milliseconds. This led to an incredibly infuriating situation where a trader's algorithm might be the first to get a signal that the price has diverged, but still miss the trade due to their order going through a slower route. This meant quite possibly seeing hundreds of thousands of dollars per day of potential
I mean, this is like a summary of the book Flash Boys, in my recollection. But this is good. This is what this is.
Profit, all while being able to capture none of it. If you've ever watched a stock go up every day for 37 months straight after selling it, this is the equivalent for people that graduated from college and have a functional prefrontal cortex. My prefrontal cortex is being studied by science, but I can do this funny British accent to make up for it, so it's all okay. I'm fine.
Okay.
Dan realized if someone had access to a route that was consistently even 1 millisecond faster, he'd have a speed monopoly over the market. A millisecond potentially worth billions of dollars to someone willing to take full advantage of it. So Dan found some maps showing the currently existing fiber optic routes and put together a plan. The CME data center is over here in Chicago, and the NASDAQ data center is over here in New Jersey. Round-trip communication times between both exchanges being anywhere from 15 to 20 milliseconds through the fastest current telecom routes. However, if you apply many complex mathematics as well as geopolitical science, you'll notice that these lines are not perfectly straight. And if you could do a more straight one instead of a curved one, you'd be able to do the stonk a few milliseconds faster. It was a groundbreaking discovery at the intersection of mathematical scientifics and geopolitical orthogonalytics. Dan estimated he'd be able to make his cable over 100 miles shorter than the cables of the other telecom companies, the straightest path allowed by law, as he described it. And it was this pitch that allowed the eighth wonder of the world to begin construction. Fortunately, the cable would be relatively inexpensive. $300 million being the estimated price to reduce the round-trip communication time between the two data centers by just 3 milliseconds.
That's a
See, Dan had realized he who can do a stonk fastest wins a monopoly over the market. A race where being first is the only thing that matters, regardless of if it's by a minute, second, or millisecond. So in 2008, construction of Dan's project began. But unfortunately, his excitement was short-lived, because deep in the recesses of his mind, there was a thought that consumed him. What if somebody else is already out there? Another Dan, digging his own hole with his own cable. Surely he couldn't have been the first person to have such an obviously brilliant idea. There could be hundreds of them, all secretly laying their own cables.
Yeah.
What if the cable was already priced in?
Yeah, like what if you spend $300 million and then everyone else spent $300 million and you're all in the same spot as you were before, but you're all $300 million poorer?
He was tormented by this thought, which is why it was of the utmost importance to keep anyone from knowing his master plan. The construction crews were never told what the cable was for, only that it needed to be as straight as physically possible. If anyone asked them what they were doing, they were instructed to say they were just laying fiber. If anyone spoke to the media, Dan would just have them assassinated and that was all. 2 years later, the cable had crossed hundreds of miles, and Dan had landed himself in the office of Hudson River Trading, a quantitative trading firm focused on buying and selling the stonk in a very fast and very big way. When Dan explained what he had done, it's an understatement to say they were confused and shocked. But after the initial shock, one question still remained. A question that disturbed them to the core. Why? What do the cable actually do? Obviously, it means you can trade faster, but the cable is only valuable if all of us don't have it. If everybody have cable, nobody have cable. Fortunately, Dan had asked these types of questions many times over the past few months. How will people make money from the cable? How do we sell the cable? How many people will be able to use cable? His conclusion was simple, yet brilliant. It literally doesn't matter. Dan knew that the fear of being the only one without the cable would be enough to drive his customers to insanity. The price would be whatever the most afraid person was willing to pay for it, and FOMO is not something traders do well with. So Dan began his crusade, going to every trading firm and offering them a fair and reasonable deal. For 10 times the amount you're paying now, you can continue to do the same things you have been doing, probably. Wait, so you're saying... If you don't want to, that's okay, we'll just sell the cable to all of your competitors.
Right.
Richard, Richard. That's cool.
Richard.
Why did you invite this man, Richard? I'm moving to South America. Dan found a lot of enjoyment in their pain and anger, and as he'd anticipated, even those who despised him most had no choice but to fork over the roughly $300,000 a month as well as a few million in startup costs to get set up on the cable. You see, while Dan began his journey looking to arbitrage index futures, in the end he was able to arbitrage something much bigger, uncover an inefficiency far deeper, because he realized if he could deliver these precious milliseconds, there would be a substantial spread between their cost and the price at which willing buyers at fair market prices would not be just encouraged,
That's
but
honestly sick.
forced to buy from him.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well, that's sick. You could have gone, you should have made a whole video. You should have, I mean, I guess you can't tell the whole fucking story, but that was great. I love the graphics. Awesome Benjamin video. Simple to the point. This should have more views, honestly. What the fuck? That was good. Can you dumb down the video even more? I don't get it. What part did you get?
System.
I mean, he used a lot of fucking terms here, but the basic thing
More
is
humans could.
every now and then there would be an opportunity where things were It's like, what's a real world example of arbitrage that you could see? Okay. It's like if you know that a certain Pokemon card is worth $12, and then you're at a local pawn shop or card shop and you see him selling it for $11. Okay? It's like that. Now you go to the store and you're like, that card is worth more than you're saying. Okay? You're a smart enough trader. You know the actual market value of this, but you see that it's less than it's worth. So you're like, okay, it's not a lot of money, but if I were to buy this card here for $11, I could sell it online for $12 and make a $1 spread. Now imagine if you had an automated machine that was doing that at every price inefficiency in this particular market. Okay? You could do this, okay? And it's done digitally. Now, if you can do that, then it comes to this part of the thing. If everybody here has an algorithm that finds mispriced bid asks, okay, and then sends the signal to, buy the stock, sell the future, to make that little bit of money, to buy the card and sell it for the $1 profit, okay, then whoever does it first gets the money. So how fast the signal goes from there finding that thing to the market is who wins. Whoever sends the signal first buys the mispriced card and gets the profit. Okay? That's all it is. They're just, something is mispriced, their algorithm finds that, and then they all send the signal to buy it and sell it, and whoever finds that first wins. And so they used normal internet signals, normal internet lines, and they all had random variable times. And so someone would randomly win, someone would randomly lose. He figured out if I build a high-speed fiber cable between these 2 points to shave off 3 milliseconds, all 5 of these companies will have to pay me whatever I ask to use my fiber, or they will lose every time. It was a genius. It's genius. He figured it out. He built it in secret, $300 million, and then went to all of them and said, listen, starting today, you either pay me $300,000 a month for the right to my cable, or I sell it to your competitors and you lose. And so they all paid. Okay? And they made a bunch of money. That's the simple idea. Where'd he get the money? He's a rich Wall Street guy. I don't remember who actually funded it, but that's the idea, okay? And they've done this goes way beyond this guy and this one thing. Like, the stories I saw are like companies moving their building or something to be milliseconds closer. Companies they've done every possible thing to make sure they get fucking as lightning close to have their digital signal as strong as possible. There's a limit. Yeah, it's like the speed of light, right? But it's but they've pushed it to the absolute limit because every micro fucking picosecond matters. Okay? When you're doing computerized trading. Anyway, good video. Good video. Robert Bobert Jr., thank you for the 12 months of subscription. You feel like my 1-year-old son. I've grown up so fast. Nah, I think it's more like a person who subscribed for 1 year, not my 1-year-old child. It's not really the vibe that I have with you, but thank you anyway for the sub and the support. I do appreciate that. So let's make a quantum connection. Well, what they've done recently, I think, is they made like a system or something where they all route into the same thing and it like randomizes. They made something. I don't remember the whole story, but they did something to solve this because the competition was getting so fierce for milliseconds. They were spending billions to like, and so they found a way to stand down the arms race. Hey, apparently Gavin Newsom mentioned me one more time. I didn't want to watch. Bro, Gavin Newsom can't stop mentioning me, bro. This is on my Reddit. Fucking lovely place. What we learned debating everyone this year. You debated me? I don't think about it as a debate. I don't know if we were debating. Right. Gotta get a better photo. I guess it's hard. I'm chopped. But why do I look older than fucking Scott Galloway? Why I look older than fucking Steve Bannon, bro? That's chopped, bro. That's chopped. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Yeah, what did he say? I haven't seen any of this. YouTube, Gavin. What did he learn? This is.
So as we turn the page on 2025 and we move into 2026, I thought it was time to reflect a little bit on where we've been over the course of this last year. We had some remarkable guests on, controversial guests, from Charlie Kirk to Steve Bannon, Atrioc.
What? 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 Wait, excuse me. What the fuck are you talking about? What? That's the big three controversial? Charlie Kirk, Steve Bannon, and Atrioc are the big three controversial? Oh my God.
Galloway, so many more. Let's look back on This is Gavin Newsom. Many of you are likely familiar with my first guest on this podcast.
Okay, this is just, where's my part? Steve Bannon, Scott Galloway. All right, this is the Atrioc one. What does he say?
The issue of affordability is top of
middle class, produce clean emotion.
I've talked a lot of issue of affordability is top of mind. I've talked a lot about this, that we need to democratize our economy to save our democracy. Just consider 10% of people own 2/3 of the wealth.
Dude, imagine the clips they show are just the ones where I talk about gaming. It just cuts to me talking about Hitman flying around and like, yeah, Discord is a place where you chat. It was so funny if this part of the video was like, yeah, and one of the biggest issues this year was video gaming. And I talked to an expert. They tried to cut it around just the gaming questions.
In the United States of America. But the impact is deeply concerning, particularly for young people. Just consider someone 30 years or younger. It's the first generation that's not doing better than their parents. And an opportunity to talk with a popular streamer who understands this intimately, who talks to folks every single day about how nihilism and radicalization is now taking shape for folks
That's you guys.
never can imagine.
That's you guys.
reaching
He's
the
talking about
American
you.
dream. This is Atrioc.
Is it comes back to economics. And again, if I could boil it down to one word, it's like radicalism is when no house.
Dude, can I give you a story about this interview? So the interview was originally supposed to be up in San Francisco. I don't remember what I had to do. Something had just happened. And I was going to fly up to go to Gavin Newsom's studio in San Francisco and film this thing. And I was pacing around the house because I had gotten, this is what I was at the peak of me getting no sleep. I had like no sleep that night. And I was fucking disheveled. And my flight was hella early in the morning. And I felt like absolute shit. I was a little bit sick too. And I was like, I was going to show up there and just feel and look like absolute shit. You already do. Okay, shut the fuck up. Okay? And then, I'm not kidding, like 3 hours before the flight, I get a call from his chief of staff or whatever, and she's like, hey, Governor Newsom's actually going to be in LA tomorrow. Do you want to just do it then? And Ari can tell you, Ari talks about it. She said, that's the happiest I've ever seen you, and we got married. I literally like fell to my knees. I was so happy because I got a full night's sleep. I got to shower. I got to fucking change. I got to, I dressed nicer. Like it was going to be so much worse. And I got one more night of like just thinking about what I want to say. Cause again, this whole thing happened really quickly. It was like 3 or 4 days from when they asked me to when I was doing it. Okay. And I had like a sponsor video I had to finish or something. I don't remember what it was, but I was like crunching. I had to crunch to finish something and I stayed up really late. And then, so it's a little fun story of this. Like, I'm actually so pleased to be doing this in LA.
If you can't get a house, if you don't see a path to get a house, and I hear this all the time, some of them are working. They're working decent jobs. They're working hard. It's not even feasible in a lot of these cities to ever get a house. You can't save up enough without taking on an absurd amount of debt ever. It's just not possible. And if you picked one thing to focus in on, that would be it, because that's the biggest thing to put you as part of society or outside of society. Once you feel like you can get on that ladder, you're okay. You can calm down, you can find a party, you can vote. But if you can't see that, what's the point? Why am I doing it? Why am I working this?
Bro, he's thinking, wait.
Once you feel like you can get on that, but if you can't.
He's thinking right now, I asked you about elusive targets. Right, going on in his mind, he's like, bro, I asked you about where you're dropping in Fortnite. Are you a risky reels guy, or are you like a Twisted Towers kind of guy? That's what he asked me. And then this is my answer.
Can't see that. What's the point? Why am I doing it? Why am I working this job for a boss I hate for wages that are only okay? I'm never going to get another step up.
It goes without saying, 2025 has been a remarkable year, ending with the success of campaigns for governor in New Jersey and Virginia, the success of Proposition 50, a young, new, dynamic mayor in New York City. But it didn't start out that way. The National Guard being federalized, ICE agents, masked men.
That's my section. That's my fucking section. All right. Well, it was interesting. I mean, I do appreciate. I sincerely do appreciate the fact that I was given the opportunity to speak, and that he's taken something from it. It's cool. I appreciate it. Sincerely, that was cool. I'm glad I got to say it. I don't think it was that controversial though. You talking more politicians? We're trying to do the Graham Plattner. That was the big one I was trying to get. We had it set up, but then I don't know, the schedule fucked up because he had other Twitch streamers that same day and they were playing Helldivers or something. And so And now we've had a tough time getting it rescheduled. Partly because of me, though. I was supposed to have Steve Eisman, but I've been so fucking slammed on daily clips, I haven't been able to figure out a time that works with his schedule. Who else are we trying to get? I mean, my biggest goal is honestly, sincerely, to get Mike Green. You guys don't know Mike Green, though. I mean, he's not like a big name, but he's a really brilliant thinker on the economy, and I would love to talk to him. I would love to talk to him, but I can't. He won't follow me. He said DM me. He tweeted at Atrioc DM me and then didn't follow me, so I can't DM him. And now I have fucking Twitter Blue or whatever. I still can't DM him. It's. And then I got Melody Wright to email him, and he didn't respond to her. I'm out of options. I would like to interview him. Mike Green of the Baltimore Ravens. Yes, that's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get Mike Green of the Baltimore Ravens. And Mike Breen, the guy that goes bang when Steph Curry drains a three. I'm trying to get both of them for a incredible sports-themed interview. And they won't follow me. Jim Cramer. I would interview Jim Cramer easily. That'd be so funny. I would love to interview Jim Cramer. Who else do I want to interview? I would love to interview, I mean, Mike Burry would be a dream, but he does like 0 interviews. He is like famously super private, does almost no press. He's been doing his thing lately with Substack though, maybe. Bernie would be interesting to talk to. Jerome Powell? Oh my God, talking to Jerome Powell would be incredible. It sounds impossible, but I guess never say never. I would have thought Gavin would be impossible, bro. Call it a dual mandate. That would be the name of the pod. Dude, what if me and J-Pow start a pod called Dual Mandate? That would be fucking sick, dude. Holy cinema! Let's make some fucking content, dude. Linus got an interview with Linus of Linux, so never say never. Yeah, but Linus Tech Tips is fucking massive. Massive, massive, massive. And I don't think Linus Torvalds is that. He's done press. I think the only Michael Burry interview I've ever seen is with the guy that wrote The Big Short, Michael Lewis. That's the only one I've seen. Maybe he did one around right after the movie. But he is almost none. I guess Aiden Ross got Trump. The Nelk Boys got Netanyahu. Who knows what's possible in the age of content, bro? Big A Clips keeps doing well. Who knows what we can get? Ludwig got Luca. Dude, I messaged Ludwig. I was legitimately jealous. He did a video with Luka Doncic. Fuck, dude. I love Luka. Sometimes Lud gets some. He got Magnus Carlsen too. That's pretty cool. Magnus Carlsen and Luka are 2 big Ludwig gets. I gotta respect. It was more Jesser. Yeah, but he's who's sitting next to him? Ludwig's sitting next to Luka talking about the NBA. That's fun. Luka went crazy today. No spoilers. Well, yes! Let's go, Lakers! Boom, boom. Oh, what is this disgusting scoreline? 143, 135. Dude, I watched a Thinking Basketball video the other day. They basically said they don't call offensive fouls anymore. So the score lines are getting absurd. Dude, 143 to 135 is an insanely high scoring game. In the playoffs, they call everything. Yeah, it does kind of flip. Yeah, thinking basketball is fucking fire content. 40-point triple double. Wait. What time is it? Yo, that's crazy. I gotta go watch that. Fuck. How does Ludwig's hanging out with Luka Doncic and he's dropping 40-point triple doubles? That's awesome. Dispatch. Dude, Ari's playing E33 right now. She's playing E33 right now as we squeak. I'm going to have to go out there and drag her away to play. How much more will it take from us? Now you know my pain. Dispatch lovers, E33 has cucked you too. It's a tragedy. It's a fucking tragedy. Well, I don't know what to do right now, so I'm going to play Scrandle while I think about it. Okay. While we think about what to do next, I'm going to play a fucking Scran. All right, if you don't mind. Because I do love a good Scran. I might play a fucking TFT game straight up. Play daily. I don't care about the bonus round, but this one's better. All right, scram me up. 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 I gotta choose between poutine or nothing. Every fucking day of the week I pick nothing. I would rather starve than eat disgusting ass poutine. USA. I'd rather eat the styrofoam. Nothing. Oh, it's close. It was close. Bro, it was close. Wait, M&M's or nothing? I guess M&M's. M&M's are fine. What? What the fuck? M&M's or nothing? And they picked poutine over nothing? And what the fuck? They were £4? I don't give a fuck. What fraction of a gold bar is that? You know what I'm saying? Just shave it off, get the M&Ms. I don't want to eat nothing. I'm hungry. Fish fingers and mushy peas hot dog. I'll eat nothing. What is with the fucking Brits and putting mushy peas on things? Who in the entire world ever said, oh, you know what this is missing? Some mushy peas. I'm eating whatever this thing is. You know, it's missing one flavor. It needs a fucking big dollop of mushy peas on it. That's only babies say that. That's what babies say. Nothing. Oh my God, I'm going to kill myself. This is the worst Scrandle it's ever been. This is the worst Scrandle's ever been. These three are fucking crimes against eating. Pie, mash, and gravy. I would take that over nothing. No price data. We don't even know what it costs. This is just food for maybe free. We don't know what it costs versus nothing. If it's not this, I quit. Okay. Okay. All right. By 3%. A fish sandwich or nothing? Honestly, this looks fine. This is very frou-frou European, bro. To have the fish with the fucking skin on right here. But I would, this is probably tasty and decently healthy, honestly. I would take this. Oh my God. You voters are children, bro. You're children. Like that's not that bad. It's just a fish sandwich. Like it's like decently good for you. That's crazy. This is crazy. This is the worst Scrandle of all time. Mushroom, spinach, and truffle pie. Here's the thing. I'm never gonna pick something where they fucking dump disgusting green mush on the top over the whole. It's just pig slop for pigs. Thank God. Okay. Bovril. Quote, strong enough to melt the cutlery. No price data. I have no idea what this is. I have no It's a cup that can melt steel or nothing. I don't. Oh, I mean, it melts the fucking plastic. Okay, I get it. It's just a really hot cup of something called Bovril. I'll take nothing. Okay, great. Banger. Every day of the week at USA, baby. USA. Yes. This is 99%. This is a banger. This is a heater. This is one of my favorite stadium snacks of all time. A big ass, tasty, soft pretzel, nacho cheese, heat it up, you dip it, you eat it, salt over the top. That's fucking banger. I can't wait till when I retire. I'm gonna open up a pretzel stand. I fucking love pretzels. They are awesome. This is one of the great things about this great country. May freedom reign. That's not high enough, but I'll take the win. This is the most nasty looking cheeseburger I've ever seen. I'll take the nothing. Yep, thank you. Thank you. Gross. Gross. Chicken burger or nothing? I mean, this chicken maybe is a little pink. Maybe it's a little pink, but overall, this looks pretty good. I mean, I would definitely eat this. Yeah. With chips, too. The chips look pretty good. Okay, we kind of saved it. We kind of saved it. As in, like, it was about to be the worst Scrandle of all time, and we pulled it out to an average, but damn, that was a rough beginning. My goodness. My good. M&M's over nothing. You guys are picky Peters on price, bro. You're hungry and you're just like, nah, I'll just eat nothing. All right. Our poutine stand will conquer your pretzel stand easy. I hope to God I open up a pretzel stand and then you open up a poutine stand next door. So that I will just get all of the customers that would have gone to my competition. As they avoid your stand and its stench to go buy my delicious pretzel. Holy fuck, dude. A fifth Trump plaque has hit the presidential hall of the White House. Even farther back than Ronald Reagan. Someone found the one for Andrew Jackson. The people's president, Ol Hickory. He was called the people's president for championing the common man, but was unjustifiably treated unfairly by the press. But not as viciously and unfairly as President Abraham Lincoln and President Donald J. Trump would in the future be. No fucking way. What a joke. Nah, but he's focused on affordability though, for real. Nah, but for real though, he's laser focused on bringing down the cost of living. That's fucking crazy, man. That is loony, bro. All right. Casually Explained. Oh, he's got a new one? I'll watch one Casually Explained, and then I'll probably play one TFT, and then I'm Ghost. I gotta work. I gotta play more TFT, honestly. I'm not gonna fucking pretend. The Casually Explained Guide to Going Out. Okay.
This video is sponsored.
Casually Explained Guide to
By Incogni. We've all heard the expression, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room, which is similar to my dating advice, if you're the hottest person in the room, you should.
Chat, who among you, who thinks they're the smartest chatter in the room? Which chatter thinks they're the smartest chatter? Wow. It's like a 3,000 way tie. That's awesome. You guys are all the smartest person in the
should go outside. The problem is nowadays that guys have realized that women don't really like you coming up and talking to them in public unless you're above an 8. So if you want to get rejected by a girl, it's way easier to use an app. Nevertheless, whether you like it or not, sometimes it's necessary to venture into the real world and do an activity, and I thought I could share what to look for and what dangers you might encounter if you face your social anxiety head on with alcohol and then go out for a night. Starting location. The starting location is always someone's apartment where you can pre-drink, or pre-game as the Americans say, because they clearly don't take it seriously enough. This is the most important stage of—
Wait, they call it pre-drinking elsewhere? Do we have any Euro fucks in here you call it pre-drinking? What the fuck does that mean? That's stupid. It's pre-game. We do in Canada. And of course it's pre-game. Because you're drinking. It's not pre-drinking. It's pre-gaming. As in you're getting a little tipsy for the game, for the thing you're going to do.
going out, because it's where you and your friends have a few drinks to loosen up and come up with the game plan for the rest of the night. The game plan is the same this time as it always is, which is getting progressively more drunk and making it up as you go along.
Yeah.
Once you and your friends have come up with concepts of a plan, it's time to set out on your hero's journey into the harsh, debilitating environment, where you must trek forth for several steps until you get to the Uber. If you live in the north, you'll befriend a nice Indian man who will simply ask you to rate 5-star, and if you're anywhere below the 37th parallel, your driver will say, "No inglés," and then quietly play Spanish news radio. Objectives of leaving the starting location.
I don't know about all this, but I do know that when Ari and I were in Florida, we had an Uber driver who was just really funny, and he was Latino. I don't know where from, right? But he was Latino, and he was funny, and he was entertaining. He was talking to us. He was telling us jokes. And then about halfway through the ride, he pivoted to telling us how horrible Cubans are. And it started with a joke. Like, his previous jokes had setups and punchlines, and we were laughing. And then he's like, I got a joke. What's the difference between a stupid fucking idiot and a Cuban? Nothing. That's not the actual joke, but that's basically that's what the fucking joke was. And he looks at us like we're supposed to fucking bust out laughing. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then he just keeps talking. He's like, no, but really though, Cubans are terrible. He just kept going, dude. He just kept going. It was crazy. I was like, why do you think we're in on this fucking anti-Cuban? And this is all this, it was the ride to the fucking Star Wars thing. So this whole way, he just kept pushing his anti-Cuban agenda. And it's like, I don't know where this is coming from, bro. I don't know what he was. I don't know. But he was also Latino. That was crazy. It was wild. Was I laughing? No, we weren't laughing.
And then quietly play Spanish news radio. Objectives of leaving.
We were roaring. Me and Ari had to roll the windows down. We couldn't breathe. It was so funny. That's the way he was roasting Cubans, dude. Oh my God. I was egging him on. I was like, dude, tell me more. They do be like that. No, I probably, listen, the first one, I probably gave a soft chuckle. Mostly because the punchline was so shocking. I thought maybe he was doing an ironic thing. I thought maybe he was Cuban. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought he was doing but then he kept going. Okay. After the one chuckle, he was off to the races. Okay. I'm a natural chuckler.
In the starting location, be 2 drinks in. Dangers. Everyone is really strict with ID these days, so make sure no one left their identification at home. The first encounter. Option 1, happy hour or anything. A lot of really nice restaurants actually have great happy hours because they're hoping you'll come, have a few happy hour drinks and appetizers, create a nice pre-dinner buzz, and then a few people decide to stay for dinner and a $60 bottle of wine.
How about that?
Unfortunately, this isn't a Las Vegas casino, and your deception is powerless against me. I will have 5 glasses of sparkling wine and 2 dozen oysters for $35, then I'll dip immediately at 5:59 p.m. Even
Brilliant.
the Jerry Springer of finance would be begging me to spend more money. So prepare to tank the losses on your corporate taxes because I've won before, I've won today,
Well,
and I will
+2.
be back to win again.
Plus fucking 2.
Objectives: have some food and more drinks to prepare you for the arduous journey ahead. Dangers: many of these restaurants employ attractive waitresses who try to manipulate you for more money with lustful incantations like, "How was your day?" or "Is everything tasting okay?" Do not fall for their siren song and always be the change you want to see. Remember, tipping is a social construct. First encounter option 2, dive bar. Dive bars are pretty much the cheapest option you have for going out, usually on the edge of town and not
Just whispering that the polite waitress is trying to scam you and then also refusing to tip. That's you fucking harlot. No, I will not be having.
that busy, but you probably won't find your life partner here unless you're looking to donate one of your kidneys to them real soon. Objectives: cheap drinks and guaranteed free seats. Dangers: you get a glimpse into your future for when your life completely falls apart. Also, if you lose a bar fight and allergic to peanuts, you will die. The second location. The second location is the last moment you can still turn back and abandon the plan, which is seeing if it's going to be an actual night out or if someone says something cowardly like, "I have work tomorrow," or "I have a wife and kids and need to spend time with them." This is why the second location has to be where you spend the most on drinks and potentially meet random strangers that will join your party and reinvigorate lost morale into the group. Craft Brew Pub. Now, as someone who's been drinking IPAs for 10 years, you might say, "Jamie, I just tried my first IPA and it was terrible. How long until they start tasting good?" In my experience, at least 11 years. Type of party member you might recruit: 30-year-old mustachioed indoor rock climber. He likes music festivals and planning summer road trips in his Kia Sedona.
Oh,
a chill
yeah.
addition to
I
your
know
party,
this guy.
but no special party buff. Chance of success: high. Option 2, cocktail bar. Cocktail bars aren't the best for group outings because they have limited seatings and are usually really busy, but they are a classic date idea for a reason, which is that most girls don't actually know what food is, and so typically live off of iced matcha lattes and small processed bags of carbohydrates
Girl
they have
dinner.
stashed in strategic locations to forget about and then rediscover throughout the day. Cocktails and bar snacks are basically just an upscale version of this, tricking them into thinking you are capable of providing a better version of their current lifestyle. You unfortunately cannot, as you're paying for the check by letting your car loan go to collection. Type of party member you might recruit: wife. Chance of success: low. Option 3, natural wine bar. This is what the modern hipster has adopted after moving on from craft beer. We can't afford houses or children, but we can afford houseplants, tattoos, and overpriced dining experiences.
Oh, hell yeah.
If you've ever had the luxury of visiting Europe, you know you can go to any supermarket and buy drinkable wine for €3, or go full top shelf of the supermarket for $5. If you go to Korea or Japan, you can buy a bottle of soju or sake for $1.50. But in North America, you can go to a natural wine bar and spend $90 on fortified kombucha that has a living organism growing inside of it. You might think this is a scam until you see the bottle has a quirky label on it you can post on Instagram
How
for
about
clout,
that?
and then you also realize the bar is filled with hot millennials. Type of party member you might recruit: someone else's wife. Chance of success: medium. The last stop. Deep in your psyche, this is where you knew you were going
McDonald's.
all along, back when you said, "Yeah, we'll see how it
Fast
goes, I
food.
guess." This is the most dangerous
Tacos,
part of your
street
journey,
tacos.
and each location option has a drunk boss fight you and your friends have to overcome. In order to conquer the last stop, you and your party has to strategically time your arrival with when your blood alcohol level is reaching a crescendo, as all of these locations require you to be as stupid as possible while still being conscious in order to take on the boss fight.
Yeah.
House party. A house party is the prime location for bad late night decision making because there'll be lots of drunk people you don't know, one extremely stressed sober person trying to manage the $20,000 in damage being done to their parents' property, and a bunch of frat guys who are probably going to be in the news tomorrow. Boss fight. Not ending up in an ambulance. Option 2, nightclub. While most people find that it's easier to dance the later the night goes on because you're more and more drunk, it also gets a lot harder because the floor gets more and more sticky. It's better to not ask questions on the subject. Boss fight. The 6 double cheeseburgers, 20 nuggets, and Oreo McFlurry you're about to order
the
at
dream.
McDonald's. Option 3,
The
gay bar.
dream.
As someone who lives on the West Coast, here we just call them bars, but have you ever been to a gay bar and accidentally made eye contact with someone who was clearly staring directly at you? You're immediately part of the culture, because no matter how quickly you look away, he will be trying to shake your hand in 10 seconds. Instead of saying, "Oh, hey man, I'm not gay, I'm just here for a friend's party," in the most masculine straight guy way possible, your brain, having never been in this situation before, will try to be polite and say, "Oh no, I already have a drink, but thank you." When he then brings you another drink anyway, and you say, "Oh my god, I really can't. No, really give it to someone else." I mean, okay, if we just have it really fast, but then I have to go back to my friends. This goes about as well as you'd expect because every server at a gay bar learned to make drinks watching Janae from Mahalo.com. Boss fight?
I don't know the reference.
Making sure 50 Cent doesn't get the footage. The final boss. the return home. The final challenge once you have survived another boss fight is to use all of your remaining brain cell to find your bed. The problem is that you're likely extremely dehydrated, can't see anything, and all of your friends have seemingly perished. This is where you need to invoke the one superpower all main characters possess: plot armor.
Don't throw
like
up in
in
the
Lord of
Uber.
the Rings, just take one more shot, black out completely,
Don't
and you will
throw
then
up in
immediately
the
teleport
Uber.
to some sort of bed. Usually this will be your own bed the next day, might be the hospital, could be your ex's, sometimes jail, but I can assure you it works every time. Except in Japan. Don't do it there. At the end of the day, going out was a sacrifice, and you might say that while we managed to lose our money, dignity, wedding rings, and then there was whatever happened at Diddy's, the lesson learned was that just like life, going out wasn't about the journey, it was about how hot the people we met were, and if we'll ever see them again. Now, if you never want to see anyone again who might have acquired your phone number, you might want to try our longtime sponsor, Incogni. With their new-
Incogni! Check them out. Funny video. All right, folks. All right, folks. All right, folks. Okay, folks. Folks. I'm going to play a game of TFT. I thank you for watching the stream today. It was fun. I will be turning my cam off. I feel like you can only play a TFT as a true traditional stream, playing copyrighted music with no cam. Okay? This is that true streaming shit, bro. This is what streaming's all about. So, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to turn off all the lights too and wind down. Let's open up TFT, starting with, okay, stream lights off.